Welcome to Synchronize Swatches, your twice-monthly dose of coolness. I'm your host, Chris Gregory.
And I'm the other guy, Chip Johnson.
Every other week, we watch an episode of the cult classic 1990s sitcom Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and then we record ourselves talking about it.
It's time for Operation Record the Podcast. Are you ready?
It's gonna be pretty good.
Gentlemen, Synchronize Swatches. Not a problem.
I've never liked you, Lewis.
Not a problem.
E09?
Clean out your locker, you're finished.
I really think for one of these episodes this season, we need to, you need to put, a still frame of each of us from the first episode we recorded, next to us right here. Because, if you go back and look at you're, very cleanly cut and, well
dude,
kept. And
yeah.
so am I.
Yeah.
I can let,
the show
let
is
my
worn
hair down.
on us.
And I can let my hair down or something and just be sitting there this was when I was young a year and a half ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's taking its toll on us.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about it earlier today. I was like, man, I need a fucking haircut, and a shave. I'm so, it's one of those things. I mean, part of me is like, well, I'm just, I just have the long hair for the winter, and all. But I mean, I live in California, so it's not like
right.
I fucking need the extra insulation. Yeah. It's just my excuse for being lazy and not going to get my hair cut.
It's so easy for it to just get away from you too, especially with the beard where it's just if you don't do it regularly, the next thing you know, it's good Lord, man.
Yeah, 100%. It's like fucking
So,
ZZ Top. I mean, that's kind of, I'm encroaching on that territory right now.
Yeah. It's like you're about to join a militia or something.
I know. Oh, man. Yeah, so I keep saying, March, springtime or something, I'm just going to cut it all off. But not all off. Not
right.
Since growing my beard in my mid-30s, I've shaved it off one time, and I was like, oh, God, that was a mistake.
Yeah. I've been there. I did the same thing when I was 40. I was like, I've lost some weight.
I'm going to go chin.
Yeah. I've lost some weight. I'm going to go ahead and shave this. Oh, man, I forgot. I lack chin. Or I've just gotten used to this extended thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's yeah.
Need
gives
to
you that
more.
Exaggerated sharp chin that we actually don't have. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to cover up more of this grill.
Oh man. But yeah, I could definitely use a trim back for sure.
I like that you're going with the glasses though this week. That's good.
Yeah, I've kind of I was on the fence and I was like, I think it's time. I
just accept reality.
I've blown up the Google Doc as far as I can.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, just gotta have the glasses. I mean, hopefully as long as I don't glance too far up, it won't get too much of a glare with my lighting set up here. But
yeah, I don't really notice anything yet, so it should be good. Speaking of the Google Doc, why don't I open it like a professional would? Instead of sitting here bullshitting.
You guys were dangerous dudes, huh?
all right, we're talking about Synchronized Swatches. No, we're not. We're talking about Parker Lewis. This is Synchronized Swatches.
Everyone else is talking about Synchronized Swatches. It's the latest trend.
It's all the buzz.
It's all the buzz.
Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Season 2, Episode 9, The Parker Chronicles. And the German title, Paul, if you will...
Liebes Tonbandtagebuch.
Wow, that's a crazy one.
It's another of those compound words.
Yeah, so that translates to Dear Tape Diary. Yeah, nobody does those anymore.
What's that?
Carry around. I mean, I guess it would be like a digital recorder now. But who does? Do you know of anybody who actually carries around a digital recorder to do like a?
No. I thought you meant nobody makes compound words anymore. I was like, what?
Well, that
First I'm hearing of this.
Everything's going downhill.
Yeah, I mean the last time I remember seeing anybody using a tape was when Norm Macdonald used to do that on SNL when he did Weekend Update, and he would turn to the side and be like, "Note to self," and then say something, whatever.
Maybe it's just a '90s thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was about the last time they were used. So
yeah. So this episode aired Sunday, October 13th, 1991. written by Lon Diamond and Clyde Phillips, and directed by Brian Spicer, of course.
The spice is back.
The spice is back.
For the second episode in a row.
Yeah. My episode synopsis. Parker's audio diary goes missing. You know the one. The tape recorder we've never seen him use before. In absolutely no episode ever. Yeah, that one. Well, there's a lot of sensitive information about a lot of people on there, and someone is threatening to broadcast its contents to the school. Will he find it in time?
Yeah, it's funny you said that, because I was thinking that's something I'm going to mention when we do our little notes at the end of the episode. It's like, I wish, we can talk about it now since you brought it up in the synopsis, but like, I think when I was watching it, I was thinking, it would have been better if I could offer some notes for him if they had introduced the tape, now, and then let this episode like be 4 or 5 episodes from now, let him be seen using it for a while. Because you're right, it immediately stands out to me. I'm like, he's never fucking used this, and they try to sell it hard as though this is a critical piece of his ensemble,
Exactly.
But there's not been a single time he's ever used this on screen,
Yes. Unless we are to assume that all the VO we've had in previous episodes is from the record of the, tape diary.
I'm willing to buy into that retcon.
Yeah, there
Let's
you go.
just say that's the case. Works for me.
Yeah. So anyways, let's dive into this recap here. Our opening gag is a series of bird's eye shots in various characters' bedrooms. We're looking down at everybody sleeping as they awake in the morning. First up, we're tight on Mikey's face, and as we pull back or pull upwards to reveal him in bed, he whips off the covers to reveal he was sleeping next to his guitar.
It's guitar, of course.
Not a girl like we were expecting. But I know she's got to be there somewhere. She's probably hiding under the bed or something. I mean, come on.
He doesn't let
fucking
him
Mikey.
sleep over, man.
Okay, you're right. It is Mikey.
Yeah. He's like, you got to go now.
You got to go. I got to make room for my guitar.
Yeah.
Next up is Kubiak, and as we pull back, we reveal that he has a ton of empty pizza boxes strewn across his bed, of course.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Koob like in any context with a stack of empty pizza boxes or full pizza boxes for that matter.
Yeah, it's true. Next, we're tight on Jerry, and as we pull back, we see his bed is littered with teddy bears of all shapes, colors, and sizes.
I thought that was adorable.
Yeah. It's quite an assortment, too, man. Like, props to the props department.
Yeah,
props
to props.
Yeah, they found a ton of different ones.
Yeah.
Lastly, we are tight on Parker Lewis. We pull back as he whips off his cool dude shark bedspread, or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
To reveal that he's already fully clothed for some reason.
He's fully clothed because he's Parker Lewis, man. He's ready to go.
Always ready to
At
go.
a moment's notice. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I love seeing the cool dude shark bedspread again. It's been a little while for that, too.
Yeah. We open on an extreme close-up of the reel of a cassette tape spinning. As we pull out, we see it as one of those handheld tape recorders.
Parker Lewis voice diary, morning entry. Just another day at Santo Domingo High. Or is it? I think this bears a closer look. 10:12 a.m. Buzzing by Melinda Harris, richest girl in school. Good thing, too. I know for a fact her father keeps a dermatologist on retainer. 10:13 a.m. Random subject, Mr. McElberry. A teacher immersed in the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and chocolate.
So then we pass a classroom as a trio of students in tailored suits step out. Godfather-type music plays as Parker tells us, 10:14 a.m., Don Yamano. Santo Domingo's resident godfather. Some kids say his reputation is overrated. And at this point, a black car with tinted windows pulls up, yes, in the middle of the fucking hallway,
It's great.
and picks up Don and his 2 associates.
Yeah, I love that. Very cartoonish.
Yeah. At this point, the VO is no longer actually VO, as we see Parker is dictating to his audio recorder. After another entry about Musso possibly having found a suitable mate, he tucks the recorder into his pocket.
Yeah, I love when Miss Musso passes them, too, because she's just, like, fondling herself the entire time she's walking down the hallway. She's back to being super horny Grace here. She's just
Fondling
in her own,
herself.
She's in her own fucking world. It's hilarious.
Oh, man. So Parker tells us the reason he keeps a diary is to remember all the little things, the sweet things. And as he opens his locker, Mikey is alarmed by something, and he grabs Jerry and Parker and dives them out of harm's way just in time to avoid a pie that comes flying out. It misses them and hits Kubiak square in the stomach. Kubiak's a bit dismayed until he tastes it and realizes it's cherry. I love that he just happens to have like a giant ass spoon ready to go too. Like, he just digs in with a fucking spoon.
Yeah, I made that same note. I was like, I love how he just got a fucking kitchen spoon. It's like this serving spoon. And he's just. Yeah. It took him tasting what was obviously cherry pie. Yeah, to realize that it was cherry pie. It's like glowing red. You know? I don't know what he thought it could have been otherwise.
So then Shelley steps out of Parker's locker and bemoans the fact that she camped out in there all night for that prank. That's commitment.
That's hilarious.
So we cut to another hallway. Later, Parker sits on some steps logging another diary entry. He says, Darth's sister has once again started a war she can't possibly win. Retaliatory Jello strike to come. And as he finishes his entry, the PA system chimes and says, stand by for Musso. And as Parker leaves, we see Shelley step into frame watching him leave. And we hear a broadcaster voice. This isn't the PA voice. This is just some random broadcaster voiceover. Says, what Shelley Lewis doesn't know is Parker has planned a little response to the pie incident, at which point a ton of really wet Jello drops upon Shelley from above. I mean, it's just like, it's not fully set. It's like really watery and just nasty.
No, you're right. It's like slime. Yeah.
Yes.
And it was funny because I think the PA guy's voice reminded me of the Mutual of Omaha voiceover guy from episode 6 or whatever it was, you know, especially when he's like, stand by for Musso or whatever, you know. But I thought it was funny that they did the old sloppy Jello drop on her. And it's like, that was the thing that like destroyed Musso's life for like 30 years, right?
Yes.
And then they do it to Shelley here, and she's just, it doesn't even, you know, obviously she's not happy about it, but she doesn't like go catatonic or anything. You know? She's just like Parker or whatever, you know. So I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But you're right, it is sloppy as shit.
Yeah. I guess 90s kids were just tougher.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but she'd seen it before. She's like,
yeah.
At the very at worst, we
grew up with you can't do that on television, and people getting slimed all the time. We were just desensitized to it.
Yeah, exactly. And Shelley grew up with it too. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
she's probably like, when did I say I don't know, man? My favorite thing on that show was when people would get blasted by that. And then they'd say something about water, and then they'd get blasted by the water. Just clean them off. Clean all the slime off them.
What a great show.
Yeah, that show's awesome.
So we cut to a TV, and we see Miss Musso giving the morning report. She tells us Frank Limmer was voted most likely to be killed by his own tent mates at the Soldier of Fortune sleepaway camp last weekend. She expresses her pride before announcing that Friday marks the 10-year anniversary of Larry Kubiak's attendance here at Santo Domingo. There will be a ceremony dubbed the Kubospective, and a sandwich will be named in his honor.
I love that when she announces that, all the students in the school start going, "Coo, coo, 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 coo." And then at the end of her, when I guess after she says the thing about the sandwich or whatever, they all do like a golf clap. You know, like everybody, even Parker and Mikey, they're just like, It's funny.
Golf clap.
It's a little golf clap.
As Parker and Mikey watch the announcements, Jerry pops in with a VHS tape for them to watch. He pops it into a VCR in his locker. I'm guessing it's Jerry's locker. I think he's the one that always has all the gear in his locker.
Yeah.
And the buds watch Limmer and Musso chatting. This is pre-morning show announcements, I assume.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
Jerry tells the buds that he tapped into the air checks. When Parker hears this, he says he's got to memorialize this on tape. But when he goes to grab his tape recorder, it's missing. He freaks out and goes on a turbo search, as he calls it. First, he rifles through the Jello muck on the steps where he pranked Shelley, but it's not there.
Doesn't he make some comment about the 3 worst things in human history that have ever occurred or something like that? And I just made a note here that one of the things he mentioned was the sinking of Atlantis.
Yes, that's true. I didn't even make a note of that. I totally passed over that.
The other two things were, I think, the Jello thing or the tape player disappearing.
Yeah.
I don't remember the second thing, but the first thing I know he said was the sinking of Atlantis, because I was like, what the fuck are you... what? What? Parker, that wasn't real, man.
Or was it?
No, it wasn't.
Maybe Parker Lewis knows something.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
And it's probably
right,
on
yeah.
that tape recorder.
Yeah.
Evidence of Atlantis' existence. Yeah, so he's searching through the Jello muck, and that's where I noticed it was like really just nasty, wet, just like it's been sitting there forever. But of course, the tape recorder is not there, and we cut to commercial. Back from commercial, Parker confronts Shelley at her locker. He threatens to tell Mom about something that we don't quite hear because he kind of just whispers it in her ear. Obviously, she is freaked the fuck out. And this is back to that old gag. I feel like they did that in the first few episodes where he was always threatening to reveal a secret that we didn't know what the secret was.
Some horrible, horrible secret.
Yeah, like what's in your bottom drawer of your dresser or something.
Or some shit,
But anyways, whatever it is, we don't hear what it is, but whatever it is, it's bad. Shelley rummages through her locker, giving Parker back his baby picture, his Valentine boxer shorts, I don't know why she has those, a map to Donna Sue's cabin, which, okay, Donna Sue has a cabin, apparently, and she has a map to it.
She wouldn't just tell you how to get there.
Yeah. And a ton of other stuff. She hands up a bunch of other stuff, but no diary.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you noticed when they were playing, in this scene in the background, they were playing like a modified version of Claire's song. Did you hear that?
I totally forgot to. Yeah, it's not the like stripped down version that they use when Claire first appears. It's a more jazzed up full orchestra or full band type rendition of it, but I totally forgot to note that. I was like, holy shit, it totally stood out.
It pops up a couple times this
Good
episode,
catch.
but I was like, hey.
So then we cut to another part of the school hallway. Coob sits in a lounge chair, regaling some young students about what it was like back when he just started attending Santo Domingo.
It was back in the days before Velcro, before CDs, before Ernest Goes to Camp. Reagan was just beginning his first term. Who? Ronald Reagan. President before Bush?
Who?
Forget it. Anyway, Fleetwood Mac had just broken up.
Who?
And when he explains that Reagan was the president before Bush, we find out that these kids are just really fucking dumb because they don't even know who Bush is.
I don't know who the current president is either.
Oh, God. So, yeah. So anyways, we cut back to Parker, and thinking maybe he just misplaced the diary, Parker rifles through his locker, which I don't know why he didn't try this first before, like, going through all the Jello and shit. Like, why wouldn't this
Who
be
are
your
you
first
to question his methods, Chip?
Anyways.
Dare you.
But when he can't find it, he admits this could be bad. There's a lot of sensitive info on that thing, details about a lot of people, including Jerry and Mikey.
Uh-oh.
So he calls an emergency council of the Buds at 3:30 p. in the diner.
Saying
like how he calls
is
it three. I know.
It's too many fucking letters. It's too much talking. He's got to be efficient. 3:30 p.
As if, PM is not short enough.
Right. He's got places to be.
Oh, God. And so we cut to Miss Musso's office. The phone rings, and Limmer tells Grace that Dr. Carroll is on line, too. Miss Musso picks up the phone and goes into full romance mode, complete with sexy dress and candles.
Yeah, I love that outfit change.
Yes.
Grace has zero fucking chill in this scene.
Yes, she does. But when the person on the phone asks her when he should be expecting the shipment of fetal pigs, Grace realizes she picked up the wrong line.
Or did she?
Yeah, exactly. After correcting her mistake and picking up the correct line, we get a nice split screen shot of her and Dr. Carroll. As the good doctor tells Grace he had a wonderful time the other night, Musso slyly reaches her hand over the split screen and caresses his stethoscope.
Yeah.
This is my favorite gag of the episode because it's clear as soon as she reaches across that, I mean, they did a great job. It clearly, realistically speaking, they're both sitting there with their own desk. And the set dressing has been made so that it looks like a split screen with like a black line down the middle. Mm-hmm. But it's clearly like as soon as she reaches over, you break that illusion. It's just it's such a great fucking gag. So well done.
Yeah, it's really funny looking.
He asks her to see her again, and she says that she's terribly busy, but she can probably squeeze him in. She says this as we see her clear something from her giant weekly calendar that's like up on a board. So she crosses off teach CPR to orphans.
I made a note of that as well. It's funny, like, I don't know what it is, but like, whenever you don't hear many jokes about orphans anymore.
Yes.
So anytime, for one thing, they make a lot of jokes about nuns and orphans on this show, which are just like very old school references for comedy, you know? Yep. And anytime I ever hear orphans, I think actually Parker was talking about he was teaching CPR to nuns in the first season.
He was.
Yeah. Yep. So teaching CPR is virtue signaling. And then, and then like the references to orphans always makes me think of like the Three Stooges for some reason, because they were always like saving orphanages, you know.
They were.
It's just a big thing in 1930s New York, I guess, or 1920s New York, pre-Depression New York. You had to save the orphans.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Bedrock of comedy right there.
Yeah. It's always funny, but it just, that always makes me think of it. Anytime I hear orphans referenced in a joke, I always think of the Three Stooges.
100%. So then we cut to Atlas Diner. The Buds sit down in their booth. Parker knows he needs to tell the Buds about the missing diary of sensitive info and what it could mean for them, but he's nervous and he keeps stalling.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, this episode felt kind of strange because Nick's not in this scene at all. And we're like 3 episodes past when he was introduced. And it made me wonder if this episode was like recorded and then aired out of order or something, you know, like where he's just not, you know, he's not a character yet or whatever, but it just seemed like pre-Nick Atlas here, you know.
Yeah, or the guy just the actor wasn't available for that.
That's possible.
I don't know.
Too.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean they totally could have shown these out of order.
Yeah.
So Mikey and Jerry realize that Parker's stalling on something important, and they tell him to just spit it out.
I think this is the scene where Mikey references that it's only a half-hour show.
Yes, that's a great meta joke. Yeah,
he's stalling.
Spit it out. This is only a half-hour show. Yeah,
and then Jerry
and then Jerry does like that head nod where you hear shit rattling in his head.
That's always funny.
I love that gag.
I don't know if it's. I guess it is in this scene that Jerry mentions something about how he's known Parker since season 4 of Cosby Show or something like that.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I went and looked because the Cosby Show's 4th season aired in 1987-88. So I was wondering if, like, are they retconning their history here or something? Or, you know, obviously they're not. Obviously someone just said Cosby season 4 because it sounds funny. But
yes.
When you look at it, it's like, wait a second, hold on a second.
Yeah, he wasn't hired till he was a freshman in high school.
Yeah. If they were at Comic-Con, I'd stand up right now and be like, excuse me. Cosby season 4 was 1987-88. Jerry could not have met Parker at that point. Based on the history created on this show, thank you.
Exactly.
How do you answer that, sir? They throw me the fuck out.
We demand answers.
We demand answers, yeah. We should go this year to Comic-Con.
Make sense.
We need to go to Comic-Con this year and go to the Dexter board or whatever, in the Dexter panel, rather.
Yes.
And as soon as Clyde Phillips is even in the room, we stand up and just demand answers about this fucking...
this one episode.
This fucking continuity error. Excuse me, Mr. Phillips.
That'd be hilarious. Anyway, so Mikey and Jerry tell Parker to spit it out. and the whole fucking diner actually tells him to spit it out, I think, too. Like, there's a cutaway of, like, everybody in the diner, like, leaning in.
Yeah.
Yelling, spit it out! Finally, he does. And Jerry and Mikey tell him they realize this is bad, but they got his back. And Mikey tells him, it's as basic as 3-chord rock and roll. We're here for you. I was like, oh, Mikey, you and your rock and roll analogies.
Yeah.
It's as basic as 3-chord rock and roll. But when Parker finally admits that they are all over this diary too, they play it cool for a second, and then they freak the fuck out.
Yeah, they do.
Yes. They run screaming out of the diner, and as they do, we find Musso on a lunch date with Dr. Carroll. I like how everybody has dates in the fucking diner.
Yeah, exactly.
Then she had a date with Pankow in the diner too.
We don't know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was about to say we don't know that yet, but I forgot we just did that episode. That's in the past. You're right.
Yeah, it's in the past.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. And so, anyways, I had a note here too. Dr. Carroll's still wearing his stethoscope.
Yeah, I made the same note. It's like this doctor wears his stethoscope out and about.
Yeah,
on dates.
Just signaling I'm a doctor. Damn it.
Yeah, at least he doesn't have that reflective thing on. That would have been funny.
So there's a little exchange here with Musso crossing her fingers and telling him that she's in her mid-30s. And for some reason, the good doctor then crosses his fingers and tells her that his intentions are honorable.
Yeah. What was that all about?
Yeah, I know. It's a little weird. So then Musso slaps him with a questionnaire to fill out so she can make sure that he is as firmly incomed as he purports to be. I love that term. I mean, I just feel like that's a Mussoism, right? Firmly incomed.
Yeah.
Firmly incomed.
Imminent danger, sirs.
So we cut to Parker Central. Parker stands in front of a bunch of cameras and is filming an apology to Mikey and Jerry.
Yeah, I think part of this apology is when he says, "This feels worse than when Shelley was born." Is that this this sequence that fucking made me laugh out loud when I heard him? That's pretty harsh. Savage, man.
That brother sister rivalry, man.
Yeah.
Nothing can match it. But in the middle of this filming his apology, the buds walk in and tell him it's not a problem. And we focus in on a couple of the TV monitors as the buds talk. Parker tells him he's looked everywhere for the diary. Suddenly, a transmission takes over the monitors of Parker Central. We see a pixelated face and we hear a disguised voice. This mystery person, who is clearly Frank Lemmer, let's be honest.
Obviously.
Tells the buds that he has the diary and is going to play it for the whole school at the Kubospective on Friday. The transmission ends, but Jerry has, of course, taped it. So upon reviewing the footage, they see a piece of unpixelatedness and recognize a ponytail. Frank Lemmer! Who knew?
Yeah, I think that sequence too is the one where Parker refers to reality television too, which was really strange to hear. Like, I guess this would have been.
Oh, I think I missed that.
Okay, he said it's in this sequence, but at some point he says something about talk about reality television or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, it just kind of bumped me because I was like, I know reality television's been around for a while, but I mean, the Real World was a thing around this time, maybe starting around this time, but like,
yeah.
Before that, it was like one-off, specials or whatever. I think there was one on PBS like in the late 70s or something that was like a reality television show about a family or something.
Oh, wow.
But this all predates, what we think of as reality TV. Yeah, so it was very strange to hear him say that,
I think it was definitely the beginning of the awareness, the public awareness of the thing called reality TV. Because, Real World was out, and it was a huge hit when it came out.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, this is the future of television.
Yeah.
And they were right, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's funny, I haven't watched that one in a very long time, but if you go back and watch the first season of that show, it's like, it's very earnest, it's very it feels very documentary style. It's, it's still got a lot of dramatic bullshit in it, but not nearly, it doesn't feel nearly as scripted, manipulated as any of the shit that's out now or whatever.
Yeah, I know, dude. It is kind of crazy to look back on the history of that and the evolution of that whole monster.
Yeah.
So after they discover that it's Frank Lemmer from his ponytail, his unpixelated ponytail. We cut to a classroom, and we see Don Yamato sitting behind a large desk, flanked by his goons. Godfather music plays again as Shelley enters the room and tells the Don that she has some information that might be a bummer.
Yeah, I noticed in this scene we got another one of those shots where you could kind of see the end of the set at the top that I think you were talking about was meant to be like not visible when aired,
in the original airing.
Yeah.
In the 4:3, the original cropped 4:3 image. Yeah.
It's always strange to see that because it feels like such a mistake, and I'm glad you mentioned it the one time. It makes a lot more sense, obviously, because it's like, man, how could you possibly miss that over and over? But
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
not
because
giving people credit.
No, exactly, because they were watching it on 4:3 television, tube television, so there was so much lost around the edges in what they call the overshoot. But now that we're watching all this stuff on 16:9 televisions, and it's still in 4:3, we see everything. We see all the overshoot, which I mean, because there's actually what they call title safes and action safe lines on production monitors and editing software too. But that's because I mean, I remember as a camera operator, we would see the overshoot, and because you would always see like the boom, you would know when the boom's getting close, like it's going to be in the shot, because you could warn the boom guy, like boom, so you would actually, it gave you a warning that this is going to be in the shot if it goes any closer. But now if anybody watches any of those shots, they'll see the boom because it's in the overshoot. I was doing my job, I swear.
Yeah, and I think the couple of times I've noticed a boom mic on here it's the same thing, and I always laugh at boom mics because of that one fucking scene in Mystery Science Theater where they where they see the boom mics. I have boom mic big time. That always sticks in my head whenever I see a boom mic on TV. I'm like, boom mic big time. So maybe I'll stop.
And it's not to
mentioning
say
it.
that the boom mics haven't snuck into like actual films or TV shows at some point. They definitely have. But I think a lot of the stuff we're seeing now in old television shows it's the overshoot is to blame.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So anyways, Shelley tells Don Yamano that Parker's diary will be read at the Kubospective on Friday, and that some of the contents could be injurious to the Don. The Don asks who has the diary. Shelley smiles, and we cut to a military tent somewhere.
This is Limmer's tent. I thought it was funny. He's got like active duty military in the background. Like there's people in fucking BDUs in the background monitoring stations and shit while Frank's in there. And my favorite part of this whole scene is like as they swoop in or whatever, there's like a fucking model of a battlefield, and it was like it reminded me of the G.I. Joe commercials from the 80s.
Yes,
where kids would be, or even Transformers toy commercials where they'd be playing on a fucking model set, with like trees and water features and all this other shit, And I was always like, man, I really want to play on that set,
Dude, as a kid, I always wanted those sets. Like, I have to make shit up like in my room. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, gotta pretend like the carpet is sand. That's boring.
This is lame.
Yeah, the sofa's a mountain. Dumb. Give me a fucking model of a mountain. Stupid imagination. Fuck that.
Oh man, damn commercials with their false advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Limmer's his tent is all decked out with all kinds of military accoutrement. And in this tent, we find Parker and the Buds are confronting Limmer to negotiate the release of the diary. Mikey reveals that they have acquired some items very personal to Frank. They agree to return said items if he returns the diary. They then unveil that they have his entire Soldier of Fortune collection, including the Schwarzkopf centerfold.
Schwarzkopf
centerfold. Frank seems unfazed, however. Not sure why. But
he's seen Schwarzkopf's dong enough. I'm assuming it's a nude centerfold.
I mean, of course. What else would it be?
Va-va-voom, Storm.
I'm sure he's
holding
like an AK-47 or something.
Yeah, right. He's got sitting on the barrel of a tank. Watch me go boom. Rest in peace, Norman Schwarzkopf.
Oh god. Oh man. Yeah. So Frank is unfazed by this threat. So next up, Frank's prized surveillance photo of Miss Musso skinny dipping in Hawaii. As Jerry turns the photo towards the audience, we see it's the infamous Loch Ness Monster photo.
It's the second moment of this episode that made me laugh out loud.
It's so ridiculous.
I was like, oh my god, that's funny.
Frank is a little perturbed by this, but he decides he doesn't need it. He still has the negative. So finally, the Buds unveil an aquarium containing Frank's pet piranha, Kathy. Love he named it Kathy.
Kathy, yeah.
They threaten to drop a bowling ball into the tank, killing Kathy if he doesn't cooperate. And I just gotta say, I know it's a piranha. I know it's Frank's pet, but that's fucking evil.
Yeah. Tell tell me where my embarrassing diary is or I kill your fucking pet with a bowling ball.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You're better than this. So anyways, Frank is dismayed, and we get a close-up of Kathy with a speech bubble saying, "Do what he says, Frank. He means it."
I'm glad you put that in here because I watched only the German version, and it's in German on the screen, and I forgot to go back and translate it. I was like, hey, he's got a German fucking piranha.
Yes. So as our listeners will know, we're watching a German version of this, so any text on screen is actually in German, not English. So... anybody watching the English release of this would see it in English. But I had to look it up. I had to Google Translate it.
I had to call Paul and ask him.
I had to call Paul up.
Would you please leave me alone? My God. Gott in Himmel.
So, but anyways, the fish says, "Do what he says, Frank. He means it." Oh, Kathy.
So Frank can communicate with his fish, too. That's another point.
Yeah, apparently. So Frank is about to give in when Shelley shows up with Don Yamano. Lemmer sees this, and he thinks the buds have set him up. Parker tries to tell him that this was not part of the plan, but Frank beams out. And soon after, he beams his fish, Kathy, out, too. And my note here was... why the fuck didn't Frank just do that to begin with?
I love that. I mean, it's always funny when... You're right. Absolutely. It's always funny when Frank beams out, but that was funny as shit because you see him disappear and then they cut to the fish who's still there and it's just like... I like to think that Kathy beamed herself out, though.
Well, it could be, yeah.
It just looks silly, this dumb fish, like...
So good. This show is so fucking stupid and so hilarious. And as we pointed out in our interview with Abe, when we say stupid, we mean fucking great.
Yeah.
So Don Yamato is not pleased. He says the Don does not like having his time wasted. He snaps his fingers, and his Goombas snatch Shelley up and take her away. As they leave the tent, the buds hear the disembodied voice of Frank Lemmer say, "Listen to a public recital of the secret diary of Parker Lloyd Lewis at Kubiak's ceremony." And as Frank laughs us out of this scene, Jerry looks to Parker and says, "Lloyd?" And I have to say, this has got to be a nod to Robert Lloyd Lewis, one of the producers.
It's
Parker
funny
Lloyd Lewis.
It's funny that Jerry didn't already know his middle name, but
yeah, you think Jerry would?
Yeah. Did you notice that when Frank's voice his disembodied voice was being heard, you could see like the shadow of a bat on Parker's face?
No, I have to go back. I totally missed that.
I mean, I saw it as a bat shadow. Maybe it's just meant to be some kind of. There's definitely a shadow on his face when it's speaking, and it looked like a bat to me.
That would be fucking hilarious if it was a bat. Shadow of a bat.
Shadow of the bat.
Oh God. So we're outside the school now. Coob is still regaling young students about the good old days. "It was second semester of my sophomore year. You should have seen me then. A light, slim and trim, 260 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah. So then we see Miss Musa on her cell phone.
Yeah, I was like, look at that fucking cell phone. That fucking brick of a cell phone.
Yeah, man.
It's another thing, like the reality TV mentioned, when you see something like that, that's just, I don't associate cell phones with 1991, so it's always, it's kind of jarring to see somebody on a cell phone. Maybe they were more prolific than I realized, but I do not recognize them as a 1991
I think they
thing.
were for like people who could afford it. It was definitely a luxury.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it wasn't the, standard thing we have now. I mean, it's more than just, it's like required now that you have a freaking smartphone. Like you can't operate in this modern society without one.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. But back then it was like if you had some money, like I'll get a cell phone.
Yeah, I think,
but not like they worked that many places.
Yeah, that's true. I think my parents got them in like 1996, and they look like Musos because I remember borrowing the cell phone when I borrowed the car on the weekend or whatever. It's like a call home, like this big old fucking flip phone thing.
Yeah, man.
But,
those are the days. I kind of missed this, like the cut-offness of not having a phone. Like, I was away from the house, so nobody could fucking get a hold of me.
Yeah, it's really weird to. It's It's very strange it's very strange to like think about, putting your phone down and leaving the house without it. And like, even like having kids, like my kids have phones now, and like, that makes me more comfortable with them being away. Whereas like, for millennia before 15 years ago or whatever, not just our generation, but all generations, like you got sent outside to work or play. And it's like, my parents didn't know where the hell I was for 7 hours during the day, and it's, as a parent, that's like, that makes me very nervous to think about, but like, you don't know any different. It's probably, it's probably, they make you a little paranoid about every boogeyman out there nowadays, but yeah, it's striking to think about like just sending your kids off without a phone, or going off yourself without a phone, and nobody being able to get a hold of you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, take some quarters in case you got a call.
Quarters.
Make sure you got some quarters on you.
In case you need to use a public phone. A pay phone.
A pay phone.
In a phone booth.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Yeah.
The good old days.
They were days. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they were days.
They were old days.
No, I do. I mean, honestly, so, when Dawn and I go on walks now, like we deliberately leave our phones at home. Now, granted, something could fucking happen, and we need, emergency could happen, and we need a phone. But we do just you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna step away for a half hour.
Yeah.
People can't get a hold of us. They can't get a hold of us. They
fucking mountain lion attacks us. A mountain lion attacks us, man.
It's nature. It was fate.
If the aliens land and take us away, the aliens land and take us away.
That's
yeah.
That's my fate.
That's what's going to happen. You're going to go out for a walk without your phones, and you're going to meet an alien who's going to be like, "We're here to talk to you for 2 minutes, and then we're going to go back to our own galaxy." No one will believe you unless you take... Do you have your phone with you?
Do you have your phone with you?
We'll take a selfie with you. We found the only two idiots out here without their phones. Better wait another 500 years before we make contact again. We had so much to give you.
It's all my fault.
We had so much to show your people.
We would have ushered in an era of prosperity.
Prosperity and free sex. Oh, no. This pill right here gives you unlimited orgasms, but you'll never get it.
All because I left my phone.
All because you left your smartphones at home.
Sorry, civilization.
Before we leave, we're going to tell everybody. We're going to tell everybody. Bye.
Wow, we got really derailed there. Fucking on the cell phone.
I know. A bunch of petty aliens there, too, man.
Fuck
Anyway.
them.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so anyways, Miss Mosa's on her cell phone. And apparently she's trying to get a hold of Dr. Carroll, but she's unsuccessful because he's in surgery. And she seems a little put out by this, too. Like, he's saving lives. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we don't know what kind of work he does. He might be like a plastic surgeon where it's not like an emergency thing. It's more of an elective thing. And she's like,
But I think his secretary did say something about life and death, and then Musso's comment was, "Don't tell me about life and death. I'm a school principal or something."
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. She's just being a jerk.
Anyway, so she hangs up and she beckons Kubiak. "Come, Lawrence, a school awaits," she says. So they head to the stage as we hear Frank Lemmer over the loudspeaker welcoming the student body to the ceremony, the Kubospective. As Parker and the Buds walk towards the gathering, Mikey and Jerry tell Parker that whatever he said in the diary, they will find a way to get over it.
Yeah, I like this part because Mikey stops him. After he says that, he stops him. Yeah. He says something about, "You didn't say anything about what happened to Mandy Kaplan's garage, did you?" or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck happened to Mandy Kaplan's garage, man?
Yeah.
That could be all kinds of different things.
Yes, it could.
But then then Jerry pipes up and he's he's worried that Parker might have mentioned his Jetsons underwear, his retainer, which I would assume people would know about, his pickiness about certain foods. And then he says, "And this thing I have for Steve Sachs." Such a random, former infielder Steve Sachs. It's just so strange,
So random.
Yeah. It's It's like, okay.
He's got a thing for him. We don't know what the thing is, but he's got a thing for him.
He's just a big fan of Steve Sachs.
Yeah. Nothing to be ashamed of, Jerry.
No. He was on The Simpsons, for Christ's sake.
We cut from the buds, and we find Miss Musso taking the podium. And as she does, Jerry gets a gadget warning of a rogue transmission incoming in 20 seconds.
This is funny, too, like when Musso takes the stage, because like they all start doing that moose thing or whatever that everybody always does. But they start doing like this weird hand motion. Do you see that? It was almost like they were...
I forgot about that. I meant to kind of go back and like try to dive into like, what is that?
Yeah. It was weird. It's like, I don't know if they were doing like moose... antlers, maybe?
Oh, maybe
because it looked like they were.
That is.
Moose. They were doing like a butterfly thing, but I bet that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
I think you just hit the nail on the head, buddy.
I just solved it. I just solved this conundrum.
And that's why we do this show.
That's right. We've solved the 35-year-old mystery.
To answer the big questions.
Yeah. Now let's go solve some murders. Something useful.
Yeah. Oh God. So Musso announces the Big Cube sandwich, pizza and French fries on a sourdough bun.
I love when she introduces Kubiak in this scene too, because like Melanie Chardoff is so good at that Chevy Chase style stuttering and repeating and trying to say other things thing, because she refers to him as like. She's like, he's a boy, was a boy, is a big man, is a man, he's a big guy. Whatever,
it was such a great delivery, yes.
It's so awesome. I just love that whole sequence,
Yeah. You're right, it is that kind of Chevy Chase stutter, like that's just, it's so classic. Yeah, she did it perfectly.
And this outfit she's wearing is insane. It looked like, it's super bright, it's like Hulk Hogan colors, but like...
Yes.
I had to go look because it immediately made me think of the Chief on Carmen Sandiego on the Carmen Sandiego TV show. I don't know if you remember that from like 1992 or something.
Oh, vaguely.
Yeah, if you get a chance, go look up the Chief on Carmen Sandiego and then look at her outfit in this episode, because it doesn't look exactly like it, but it looks enough like
reminiscent.
It made sense when it popped into my head.
Maybe I'll do a side-by-side
that would be a good idea,
in post.
Unless it doesn't look anything like it, in which case, just forget I said anything.
No, then I'll do the side-by-side and put like a text call out. Chris was completely fucking wrong.
Here, I'll give you a still
Spam the comments with slamming Chris.
There you go. Use that one.
Oh, man.
And then play the Paul McCartney thing.
Yes. So anyways, Musso announces the Big Cube sandwich. She tells us it's pizza and French fries on a sourdough bun, which sounds amazing, but also horrible at the same time.
Yeah.
And she introduces Kubiak. He steps to the podium to start his speech, and as he does, the PA squeals, as it is wont to do in this show, and Parker's audio diary starts to play. The entire crowd whips their heads to the buds. And as the audio plays, we hear all the juicy details like...
Dear Diary, I noticed Donna Sue wrote our names on her notebook. Coolness. And I finally unscrambled the secret code to Musso's answering machine. It's 3:10 a.m. and I'm watching my sister sleep, lying there crumpled up with all her dolls and stuffed animals. It's a wonder we don't get along better than we do. But then... how could anyone get along with someone who has a massive crush on Don Yamano?
Don gives her a look. He smiles and then straightens his tie.
Yeah, he's very over the top, and the acting style in this was like, "Go big, buddy, go big."
Yeah,
because he's just the whole time. It's really funny. Use that as the stinger, me going.
Oh, so another tidbit we get is Jerry called to remind Parker to bring 4 number 2 pencils to the test tomorrow. He admits getting impatient with the little guy's constant reminders. And we're on Jerry the whole time we're hearing this, and Jerry starts to cry, of course. Poor little baby bird.
Oh, poor baby
that was
bird.
my note. Poor little baby bird. But Parker ends the entry by saying, mental note, maybe it's time to find a way to say thank you to my bud. Jerry smiles at this, and his tear drops to his shoe and sparkles, because Jerry is so pure of heart.
Yeah. I was like, hell yeah to the return of Jerry's fairy tears.
Fairy tears.
That little sparkly tear.
Oh, so man.
Must be Brian Spicer's thing, because he was the other episode was that happened, and he was a director on, I think.
Yep. Sparkly tears.
Yeah.
So then we get another entry about Mikey this time. As with everything else, it starts off seeming like a damning confession, but ends up being actually kind of sweet. Finally, Parker starts talking about Musso. He's about to reveal why she really comes in early to school every morning. But Miss Musso cocks her thumb, shoots it back, and screams, "Frank!" As the camera goes zooming through the school. We've seen this before. And it ends up at the Flamingo Vision studio, where it shatters the glass on the door and finds Frank seated at the controls. Miss Musso's sheer anger flings Frank through the room and into a closet where the door slams shut and a barrier falls down that says detention.
That's a great sequence. I love that.
Great sequence. I mean, great Spicer sequence, man, because it just goes flying through the hall. Again, we've seen it before, but it does. You know, it's got some new twists and turns to the gag. Yeah.
And I love how she loads up the thumb at the beginning too. She's done that a few times, but just like the, and fires it off. It's just really, I love that.
Oh man! So then we're back at the ceremony where we're tight on the PA speakers, and we hear Frank meekly say, "This concludes the broadcast." And my note here was, did he escape from the closet already? Like, how did he finish the broadcast? Unless he carried still had the mic in his hand. I don't know. But
the microphone's like stuck down his throat.
So as Kubiak continues his speech, Musso blows on her thumb and stows it away. Then she makes a beeline for Parker and the Buds. In VO, Parker says, "Musso is on DEFCON nuclear approach. Only a miracle could save me now." Suddenly, Dr. Carroll swoops into frame, blocking Miss Musso from the Buds. He says he needs to speak with her, and he asks her out on another date. They walk off arm in arm, and Musso forgets all about Parker. Mikey asks Parker why he was so worried that they would hear his diary. All he said was good things. Parker just replies, "Guys, who knew that spilling your guts could be so cool?"
This is such a weird ending.
Such a weird ending. That was
very strange. Very anticlimactic.
I don't know. It totally. I'm like, is that where we end it? I don't know. It was strange. But anyways, I guess it's not the total ending. But we crane up on the ceremony as Parker continues in VO. "Friends, usually you put them on cruise control. Then something happens to make you thankful for the friends you've got. That's what happened today when my diary was read to the entire student body. I discovered my friends felt as strongly about me as I did about them. Oh, well, sometimes I think I just worried too much." What?
As soon as I saw the end of there, I wrote down, if that vanilla shit is the extent of your hot takes on Friends, then you do worry way too much. I mean, like I just said, like, it's a strange, it's an ending that just seems to like stumble into place at the end there,
Yeah.
But yeah, like that recap there at the end was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, no, it didn't really land. It was just like, nah, okay. So for our end gag, we are floating above Shelley while she sleeps. Parker calls to wake her up. As she whips off the covers, a shit ton of popcorn, or what I guess is popcorn,
I think it was
dumps
popcorn.
on her from above. She screams out, "Parker!" as we cut to credits.
Yeah. That was a good gag.
Yeah.
It's a lot of popcorn.
It was a lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
Can't imagine what that reset was like.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you got to say for yourselves?
I mean, I enjoyed this episode. It's fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun things, a lot of jokes, a lot of fun jokes, a lot of fun gags. But just story-wise, it's like, okay, it was just something to carry us along so we could get the jokes and the gags. But it was, it just didn't hit like it, like their normal, most of their stories hit. Like, okay, it wrapped up nicely.
I remember very early on in the run of the show, we would talk about the fact that like the endings were just kind of stumbled into or just kind of like slapped together. It didn't really, they don't really feel like endings. And this was kind of like that. It was just, Musso's coming after them, and then the doctor conveniently shows up. We never find out why he had his fingers crossed, unless that was just something that was over our heads. There was nothing. There wasn't really anything to that story except that Musso likes a guy who makes a lot of money, and so, and then he just takes her away, and then again, like the big, the original sin of the episode, as we pointed out, sin's too strong a word, but the original sin of the episode is that we there's been no history with this camera. I mean, with this tape recorder. And it would have been cool if that had been set up a little bit, even if they started now, if that had been set up for a few episodes and then he loses it, so that it builds a little bit of danger, when he actually does. But then the fact that you get to the climax and like he said, everything he says about people is reasonable. Yeah. There's nothing on there for him to be that upset or worried about. No. Like, there's no reason for him to be worried at all that this thing is getting into the wrong hands because... And, like, Frank didn't listen to it before he played it. Like, if Frank listened to it, he'd be like, this is nothing. Nobody's going to be upset by this shit. Yeah. Shelley's a little embarrassed, but, other than that, it's like, who cares, And then, and his conclusion at the end is basically like, meh. It's just kind of like, it's just kind of, it peters out at the end. But you're right. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in here that I laughed at. There's a lot of good elements in here, but it definitely doesn't. It's definitely not one of the stronger episodes of the season, and definitely not one of the stronger endings. Yeah. I mean, luckily, like I say, the humor carried it through. That I enjoyed it. It wasn't, it wasn't that I didn't enjoy the episode, but it was that would be my critique. It's just structurally. Yeah. On the next Synchronize Swatches. Up next, we're going to be watching Season 2, Episode 10, Rock in Rolls. ROLES. Here is the IMDb synopsis. Excuse me. Once again, Shelley's found a new identity, to Parker's dismay. The newest music sensation, Jezebel, has captured the attention of the girls at Santo Domingo. Like everyone else, Shelley feels that Jezebel is speaking to her in her music, and she faithfully worships her and is consumed with getting hold of a ticket to her upcoming concert, even if she must resort to being devious. Parker tries to help his sister as she seems brainwashed by Jezebel and must come to terms with right and wrong. The end result is actually pretty good. The lesson is learned. What a great ending. Man, that started off so well, and then you get towards the end, it's like somebody went in and edited it at the end. Yeah. I mean, there's one massive sentence in there, I'll say that, but yeah, that's great. The end result is actually pretty good, and a lesson is learned.
So bad. I mean, and why would you even that shouldn't even be part of the synopsis. Like,
no.
You got to tease. You got to come on. You.
That's funny.
What the fuck? It just totally fell off the fucking cliff at the end.
Yeah. I love that.
Was that I'm guessing this is anonymous as well?
Yeah, of course. That's like that. Parker tries to help his sister. She seems brainwashed by Jezebel and must come to terms with right and wrong. It just feels like from that point through right and wrong and through the end, like somebody else finished the last sentence. It's funny. I'm glad I didn't read that one ahead of time. That was funny.
That was funny, dude.
That was enjoyable. All right. Well, that's what's coming up next on Rock and Rolls.
You've been listening to Synchronize Swatches, your twice monthly dose of coolness.
But wait! If listening isn't enough for you and you'd like to see our ugly mugs, not a problem.
Head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel at Synchronize Swatches. There you will find all of our mainline episodes, as well as some bonus content. Also, you can now stream full episodes of Parker Lewis Can't Lose on Plex.tv.
Hooray! We're also on social media. Search for our handle at SwatchesPod on Instagram and TikTok, and hit that follow button. We welcome your comments, questions, critiques, all forms of correspondence over at our email address, swatchespod@gmail.com.
While you're at it, why not cruise on over to your podcast app of choice and leave us a 5-star rating and a positive review. It really makes a difference in getting the word out about what we're doing here.
And that would be a good thing.
Yes.
Our theme music was written and produced by My Sinister Hand.
The show is recorded on the west and east coast of the United States. It is written by the hosts with post-production by Chip Johnson. Chris Gregory manages our social media empire as it crumbles.
It's not crumbling, it's good. It's getting
I just mean
bigger.
social media in general, I feel like is growing, but
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
special thanks to Paul Coates for all his German title insights and Allison Doster for our new custom logo design. You can see more of her art over at Instagram, where she uses the handle Bunny Soul Art, BUNISOULART, Bunny Soul Art.
Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, I'm Chris Gregory,
And I'm Chip Johnson.
reminding you that empathy is more rebellious than a middle finger.
My friend Cherish said you guys were going to do something really neat today.
This pill right here gives you unlimited orgasms.